and the big Black Sabbath. It was a party, and we were there.
All right, there is the beautiful, infamous view that is downtown Toronto. Of course, right in front of it, the nice, stoic Lake Ontario. And the lake is usually a peaceful place, but come over here for a second, will you? Check out what's happening on this side. Today, the lake is getting a little bit loud for Ozzfest 2001.
Calgary, we came all the way down here just for this.
Nice, nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Beardsley.
Edmonton. As you can see, everybody's so excited.
What's up with the heat? I thought we were in Canada.
When I heard it was going to Toronto, it was like everybody was like, no, we didn't know if we were gonna. We didn't know we were gonna play it. We were like, you know, it's too bad. And then once we heard it, was like, man, it's sold out. First of all, it's got to be. It's Return to the Rock. Everything's about loud right now, and it's. What else can you ask for? Look at this. Come on, let me hear you!
When Ozzfest first started, there was this thought that, oh my God, finally, someone is like, and it had to be Ozzy and Sharon who latched onto the whole family idea of this community and started putting on the shows years later. Do you think it still maintains that?
I would say definitely. More so than ever, especially for us. I mean, it's our first time here, so of course we're going to say this is the greatest Ozzfest ever.
You got an Aussie moment on this tour yet?
We've run into them in catering a couple times. You know, they're definitely a presence, man. You're sitting there eating your food, and they're at the table next to you, and next thing you know, you're kind of trying to hear what's going on, you know?
The guys in the band still hanging out?
They don't, it's not so much they hang out. They just kind of show up, and everybody kind of clears the way, and you let them do their thing, and that's it, man. I mean, you can't deny the power of Sabbath, man.
I get up there, and about 2 songs into it, I realize to my right I have Manson and Twiggy, Richard Patrick from Filter, and some of the guys from Slipknot watching the set. And then on stage left, I look over to Monitor World, and there's Ozzy grinning at us, you know, and it's kind of unsettling.
We had just finished our set, and I had just eaten dinner, and I was coming out, and I saw, it was the first time I had seen Ozzy. I hadn't seen him on the tour yet. He was jumping a rope, preparing for to play their set. He's by his bus, and he comes out, you know, and they have a little guy that just, you know, kind of bodyguard, whatever you want to call him, but he's just standing there with, like, his bodyguard jumping rope. It's like, no way. He's jumping rope.
You're lying, right?
No, I'm dead serious.
I'm not going to brag and say we're running the show because it's Sabbath's show, of course, and I give the respect to them. But as far as everybody else, I think that people are getting taught a real lesson on, you know, what's a real rock and roll band.
Let me see every hand in the air. I am the Grand Man. Okay, so you saw Marilyn Manson in there, and Manson, one of the big performers on the Ozzfest 2001 bill. Now, Manson's a guy that's come under a lot of fire, especially for what happened in Columbine back in 1999 when a couple of students went into their school and opened fire on the student body. Now, Manson remained silent on the topic, even pulled out of his Denver show at the time. He reappeared in Denver on the Ozzfest stop, and we had a chance to chat with him here about the topic.
When the LA riots happened years ago, Ice Cube went on TV and said, "What are you so surprised for? We said this was coming, it was in our music." When you see what happened in Seattle and Quebec City and Vancouver and now in Genoa, do you, as somebody who's been talking sort of on behalf of a generation, say, look, what's happening?
Well, that's what I would have said if I had done press during Columbine. I would have said, look, this is exactly what you get. You create a culture where the media teaches kids that the greater the spectacle, the more people that are watching, the more famous you're going to be. And that's exactly what those 2 stupid kids wanted. They wanted people to hear what they were saying, and no one was listening, so they did something really stupid. If you went back and read interviews that I did in 1990, you would hear things that would have reflected perfectly upon, you know, the Denver whole incident, because I've been saying all along, this is the culture you're raising your kids in. Don't be surprised when it blows up in your face. You're trying to sell everything to young people, and then you're giving them no opinion and no rights. They're going to be pissed off.
Can we reverse the trend? Can we actually make it better, or is the world just destined to go this way?
Well, mankind's been destined to destroy himself in the beginning. That's the one lesson you can learn from the Bible. You know, and obviously the world's been ending the day it began. But if I didn't have any sort of hope, I wouldn't bother making music, you know. So I'm not a complete fatalist or a nihilist in that sense. But I don't think you can save the world, you know. You got to save yourself. I think if each person worries about changing themselves, then that reflects a change altogether, but one person can't save the world.
Now, when you mentioned Denver, most people made a big deal on the outside about your return there. Was it a big deal inside your camp?
It was, and it was a triumph, I thought, because it showed people that I wasn't going to be silenced and I wasn't going to be blamed for something that I didn't do. And the support from the fans there was phenomenal, and the show was a huge success, so I was glad that we did that.
When you lay in bed at night, do you have those moments of creeping in where you say, I don't know, man, I don't know what's going on exactly?
Sometimes I lay in bed and I go, I don't know what's going on, because there's some strange naked person next to me that I don't remember putting there.
It could be worse.
Yeah. No, you know, I just stay focused. You know, it's hard to predict what music's going to change into, but, you know, I know what I do is real, and I think people see through that. I think that angry music has become kind of trendy, and as long as what you're expressing is real, I think people know the difference between something that is forced and something that's not, and I think people know that I'm for real.
Okay, so we're pretty much done for this week's edition of Much News Weekly.